it's Hilary Cragg here. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm going to talk today about some of the symptoms, or one of the symptoms to do with dementia, and today I'm going to talk about confusion. Obviously it's linked to memory and forgetfulness, but it is a symptom in its own right, and it may be something that people think is the same thing, and they're very linked to each other, but it is a slightly different symptom, and I'm going to explain what it's all about. So confusion is around a lack of understanding. It's a lack of a cognitive ability. It's a lack of the ability for the brain to process information and therefore to understand what you're supposed to be doing. And it can impact some of the sort of social aspects of life. So to give a couple of examples, when we get dressed in the morning, we put on our clothes. There's an order that we put them on. So we put our underwear on first, and then we put our overclothes over the top of them. So you don't put your coat on and then your t-shirt over the top. It would be t-shirt first and then coat over the top of that. And it's that confusion as to which order does it go in, what's the right way round to do things. In life there can be some visual clues or clues to try and assist people when they've got some confusion. So for example, when people go to a restaurant, actually the person with the dementia would see that they're surrounded by other people, but those other people are eating food, that food is being brought to them, and that may give them enough clues for them to understand the environment that they're in, and that may then help, but it can still be a slightly confusing situation, and it could be that they think they're actually, rather than in a restaurant, in a school, where everybody's being given their school lunch, because they've figured enough out that it's to do with eating food, or they could think that they're in a hotel, or they could think that they're in a hostel, and so it's that inability to fully process the information that's being presented to them in those visual clues that are in front of them about being in a restaurant. So confusion is, along with forgetting, and I've done a separate video around forgetting, but confusion is one of the most common symptoms of dementia. And another way that people can get confused is they can be confused in the house. They can't remember, and therefore that's why it's linked to memory. They can't remember where their bedroom is or where the loo is. And so they get confused trying to go and find it, but even when they do find it, they then get confused about what they're meant to be doing, and people can go to bed without taking their clothes off, or sit on the loo without taking their clothes off, and that's although they found the room, the confusion then is what you do when you have that information, and people just can't process what you have to do. And that's very often to do with, there's one step and then there's another step and another step and another step. So going to bed is finding the room, getting undressed, pulling the sheets back, lying down, pulling the sheets back over you, closing your eyes. Some of them they might be able to do, but not all of them. And that's why people then appear to be quite confused, and can be up at odd hours of the day or night, because they don't understand the time of day, and they might be confused about the people who are in front of them. So I hope that's useful, I hope that's helpful, and that you've understood a little bit more about confusion, because it's a processing issue rather than just being purely about forgetting, but it's very linked to forgetting. So I hope that's helpful. I've done another video about forgetting, so I would suggest you watch the two, and I hope that they're helpful. Thanks very much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.